Good morning, y'all. June 29th, 2021. Today, I want to talk a little bit about what's going on in the world. I haven't done a video in quite a while, and I'm working on a book on animal extinction. It involves a rhino and a koala and a polar bear. It should be done soon. I hope by the end of summer. I'm saying before, but I hope. And so I haven't been doing videos, but I was thinking the other day, I'll keep you posted though on that book. Yeah, it'll be cool. And it's good. Somebody needs to say something about preserving the animals. Because if humans extinct all the animals, what are they doing to each other? If we extinct animals the way we do and keep doing it, we're going to extinct each other. But that's kind of what brings me to today. I was looking at how things have been going on in the past year, 2 years, and I was thinking about my father, James Perry Sr., and Dad, at this time, one of our biggest things I learned as a kid was you don't lie. Lying is wrong. And the real reason you learn not to lie, and I was taught this from like day one, it's when I could remember, 4 years old, 5. And when I lied a couple times, even no matter how small, the repercussions were severe. And not only inclining me to not want the repercussions, but more than that I saw if you told a lie, then you're weaving this big tale from then on. Sort of like the life of Kamala Harris or something. I asked myself, and I have nothing against her as a human, I asked myself, though, do these people know themselves, or do they just lie so much, they have so many faces and facades they use, they don't even really know who they are? And it gets back to what I say as a philosopher, you have to know yourself first, or you're no good to anyone. But when you know yourself and have multiple personalities, either because you can't control it or you think it's cool to make money that way, it's always hard to discern who's real and who's false. Excuse me. So what it becomes is lying is an integral part of these people's lives. Whether they know self or not, we'll never know. It seems to be driven by control, money, power, as usual. People like George Soros, the evil, Dr. Evil, as they say, funding everything. But lying is wrong on any level. If you rig an election, if you keep lying, it just comes to get you, and it'll come to get the people who are doing it now. I still believe in karma and kismet, just like Pop would say. You live weird, you die weird. Yeah. So nonetheless, we got to think about living with charity, love, logic, reason over foolishness, ignorance, and hate. And we got to be honest with ourselves first, and we got to be honest with everyone else. Who would want to walk around pretending to be multiple people? I saw a incident with a guy I follow who's a scuba diver who picks up stuff in Alabama, Georgia. He dives to find interesting treasure. Where he finds guns, he turns into the police, television, safes underwater. Sometimes they have money. So he does this diving, and he was in the Chattahoochee River diving, which is legal. And but the second time, a ranger came to him and started giving him a bunch of questions and some grief. And this is based in lying. This ranger knew the law really well, and they can regulate what goes on the Chattahoochee River, in Alabama. And but the reality was she wasn't handling it right. All she had to say to this guy was, if you find any artifacts, get a hold of us before you move everything. And that's all she had to say. But instead, she went over this whole thing about, well, you can't, what if you see something that's historical underwater and, you move it? It's like, well, no one would ever find it. Her argument was illogical. So not that the woman wasn't a good person, but she's lying to herself. She's one person as she is in life, and then she's another person as a ranger, citing the law. And she's a pure case of knowing just enough to be dangerous. So my buddy down there in Bama solved it. Finally, he said, I've never took anything historical from this river. I haven't found anything yet. And if I do, I'll let you know. because the river is 57 miles in the park there, in the national park. I get that. But God, if nobody ever dived, you never know a cannonball was under there or anything. Maybe a cannon, maybe more. Could be gold, silver. People are still looking. You live a false life, you live a lie. You tell a lie to people, tell lies, right? You're not going to get ahead. You'll spend the rest of your life trying to patch up your lie. It's simple. And when you're honest and got nothing to hide and you know yourself, it's easy to see the people who are false, that lie for profit, pain, gain off the backs of the American people at this point here. That's our concern. That ain't right. Hope you all have a good day. Peace out, y'all.